Since the beginning of the year, the number of missing Indigenous people listed on the South Dakota Attorney General's Missing Persons Clearinghouse has fluctuated. Numbers have ranged from more than 20 missing to around 15. One thing that remains true is that there are higher rates of missing Indigenous people than any other race. As of today, there are 31 people listed who haven't been seen since the beginning of 2023, and 20 of those people are Indigenous. In tonight's KELOLAND News investigation, I take a look at this trend and the work being done to combat it. When young Indigenous people go missing in South Dakota, their families are often left without answers, sometimes for years. Take the family of Larissa Lonehill. She hasn't been seen since 2016 after being dropped off at a party in Rapid City. Today, she's still listed on the South Dakota Missing Persons Clearinghouse.
Whether she's alive or not, I don't know. I just want to find out.
Some cases on the list go back even further than Larissa's, including Donna Larrabee, who went missing at the age of 16 in 1976. Today, she'd be 62 years old. Right now, there are 20 Indigenous people who have been posted since the beginning of 2023. Most of them didn't disappear from reservations. The Sioux Falls and Rapid City police departments are each investigating 6 cases of missing Indigenous people. One thing in common between these two cities is that the children listed on the clearinghouse are often runaways.
We run into a very common theme where we have a youth that is running away from home for whatever reason.
Those cases are sometimes easier to solve. It's
pretty common that we will be able to find the youth fairly quickly, and a lot of times it's because we get help from our community members. I think over the last couple of years, we've found how valuable it is to share that we're looking for somebody.
Allison Morissette is South Dakota's MMIP coordinator, a new position added to the Attorney General's office. She says she wants to focus in on the issue of runaways and work with local nonprofits.
I want to reach out to the ones who are working directly with them and are talking to them just to see, what they're running away from, and to see if we can, get some services or some education.
Rapid City Police Chief Don Hedrick says they also find that runaway children sometimes avoid authorities.
They're not in trouble. We're not looking to get them into trouble. We're just looking to make sure they're safe and get them connected back with family.
He says the police department has a team in place to try and combat that challenge.
When we run into cases where we have a kiddo that's running away, the youth outreach team will go out and try to connect up with the youth and connect up with family to see if there are any resources that we can help to break this cycle of running away.
And while the number of missing Indigenous people on the clearinghouse may seem high, South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley points out there are probably many more people missing.
I always like to talk about the Annie Mae Aquash case, which was a 1975 murder case that I prosecuted, that there's some folks in that era and time frame that aren't on that list. They're missing. Obviously, they're important to their families.
He says the determination of who gets put on the list falls to local police departments.
How long has a person been missing? What is their age? What did the initial investigation show? And I think they reach a point where they think, this is a problem, we need more help, and you get that help by putting them up into the missing persons website.
There are a lot that are unreported just because, families aren't aware of how to report or who to report to, or they just don't want to talk to law enforcement, so they reach out to some local nonprofits to get a search party going.
This past summer, KELOLAND News spoke to Kiva Stoneman in Mission, South Dakota, who hasn't seen her sister Zeta since 1982.
And when she left, then I stood out back on my backyard and I watched her leave, and she went out of sight, and then I never seen her after that.
At first, Kiva didn't do anything when her sister didn't return. It wasn't uncommon for her to disappear for a few days, but Kiva said she always showed up. Later, Kiva said she would start to fill out a missing persons report and go to the police, but something would come up and she would be unable to finish.
I'm actually putting together like a training or, something that we can present to the communities, especially the tribal communities, on how to report tribal versus stateside.
The epidemic of missing Indigenous persons, whether runaways or not, is an issue officials promise they want to work to fix.
This is a priority. Nationwide, it's a priority. In our state, it's a priority. And locally here, it's a priority, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we are serving anyone that needs our help, but particularly those populations that are disproportionately affected.
Go to the Attorney General's website, take a look at that. There's 107 different backgrounds, some photos. Take a look at that, see if you know of anything. The public is really in the best position to help law enforcement out. Be a good partner for us. Take a look at our website.
And hopefully one day the families of all of these people can find closure.
And I just never wished this on anybody. And you never knew what would happen to us.
Every time there's something happens, or I'm calling my family, where you at, what are you doing, you know, because you never know. Like I said, I live with it every day, and nobody should.
With KELOLAND Investigates, I'm Lauren Solik. The South Dakota Missing Persons Clearinghouse lists 106 missing people in total between now and 1979. 46 of those cases involve Indigenous children and 19 are Indigenous adults. 65 total missing Indigenous people.